Hello, this is the Kitchen Sink, and I'm Natalie here with Natalia and Kacey talking about great stuff.
Hi, I'm Natalia.
Kacey here.
Okay, so this was, I believe, on Wednesday. Not yesterday, but last week. Because we have our shows so late in the week. I'm a little salty about that, but whatever, it's fine. So we have a first look at Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers in an untitled biopic. This is via the Hollywood Reporter, and this is a Sony film, and he looks like Mr. Rogers.
He looks a lot like Mr. Rogers.
He does look a lot like Mr. Rogers. Look at him.
Name is Mr. Rogers. Oh wait, is he that weird guy?
No, he's Won't You Be My Neighbor?
Oh no, we're talking about.
No, look at Tom Hanks.
I see Tom Hanks, but who's he trying to be?
Mr. Rogers.
Who's that?
Won't you be my neighbor? No.
I'll Google it.
Nope. Okay, please Google it. Won't you be my neighbor?
Maybe. Oh, my phone locked. Has this face thing recognition and like.
Are you wearing your glasses?
Sometimes it doesn't work. Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Is. What? Where are the images? Images. You have no clue who this man is.
No. Next thing then, we have a poster for Hellboy. Hellboy will have a release date of April 12th. So far that we know of. I don't think it's a Fox deal, but I'm just gonna assume because everything has been moving. That Hellboy is being played by David Harbour, aka God, what is his name? I just had him. Hopper from Stranger Things. That's him in a heap of prosthetics and red paint on his face.
I never got into Stranger Things.
Really?
I watched the first episode and I was like, this is kind of stupid. And then everyone was just like hyping it up. And I was just like, I don't like this.
I
Like,
had
don't.
watched it months before it became all hyped with my mom, and I didn't even know about it. And my mom had watched most of the season, and then we even got past like that one light on the wall scene thing, and then eventually we were like, yeah, I'm like bored, like this isn't interesting, and we stopped watching it.
Very bored.
And then it became all hyped, and I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to try to watch this show I've never heard of, and I had completely forgotten I watched it. And when I got to that light scene, I was like, oh, I remember this, and I remember hating it,
being mad.
And it's just not that good. I don't get it.
They actually are currently filming season 3 right now.
Wow, it's just not that interesting. I also I feel like
I got really bored with the second one.
I feel like a big part is like people love the kids and think that they're like cute, and I just don't care for children nearly as much as other people seem to.
I don't care for children.
I'm just like, okay, let's relax. We know 12-year-olds can act.
Some 12-year-olds, not all 12-year-olds, but those 12-year-olds in particular, yes, they can act.
Yes.
Another poster is from Aquaman. The trailer will debut tomorrow, and
I love water.
I love water.
I like that. I like that graphic design.
Yep.
The tide is coming.
The tide is coming. It's directed by James Wan, who is a horror director.
I like this golden green arm thing.
Yep, that's his thing. It's very comic accurate. He actually, the character of Aquaman gets a lot of flack because he's just like, he has a relatively stupid superpower and everyone just makes fun of him. He's like, you talk to fish. It's like, yeah. But he's like part waterbender, part I talk to fish.
I'd want to talk to fish though. Like they've seen things I will never be able to see.
This is true.
Very
and
true.
He's also the king of Atlantis. So, it's fun. Are you okay?
I'm not okay.
Okay. Please stop dying. I guess we can talk about some Star Wars stuff. I'm indifferent about Star Wars, particularly because Kathleen Kennedy, who is the head of Star Wars at Lucasfilm, has signed a 3-year contract extension with Lucasfilm. I got my feelings. I don't like Kathleen Kennedy at all.
In your feelings right now.
I'm so in my feelings. I don't like her. She's just kind of destroying the fandom. It's really like we have a legitimately divided fandom because of her.
Why? What's the division?
She just made a lot of bad executive decisions about who she keeps for the directors of some movies. She's just like, yeah, we're gonna stick with them. Like a month later, sorry, you're fired. Brings in someone else new. It's just like reshoots and stuff like that. It's just really very sad and not good. Let's see. Netflix stuff. Do we want to talk about some Netflix stuff, or do we want to talk about Ansel
We could
Elgort?
talk about some Netflix stuff.
Netflix stuff.
Season 2 of American Vandal just came out. As I think I talked about last week, it's like kind of like a mockumentary, like making fun of making a murder.
Oh yeah.
And this season does not have Jimmy Tatro in it, which I am kind of pissed about. But so far, so good. You guys should watch it. Start with the first season though, because it is just honest. Like you will laugh your face off. It is hilarious. Besides that, I'm more of a Hulu gal, honestly.
Yeah, I
think
just
I've
stick to
heard you say that
Netflix,
before,
or
yeah.
just I find a site.
Well, you can get that.
Usually I'm finding a site.
Yeah, mood.
I got that student special for Hulu. $4.99 a month. Spotify Premium.
Yes.
And Hulu. So I am set for the rest of my life.
Same. For another Netflix thing is that Netflix is developing a Chronicles of Narnia series. Do you guys remember those movies?
Yes.
Yes.
We just read that in my Harry Potter class.
Really?
You have a Harry Potter class?
Yeah. It's the
Is it
best.
English?
Yeah, it's an English class.
I
It's a
wanted to take
literature
that.
seminar.
I wanted
A
to
Harry
take that.
Potter class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're reading all the books, and we also read Jane Austen's Emma and the Chronicles of Narnia from Literature Wardrobe. So we just talked about that, and we're back on Harry now.
Yay, so
Excited.
fun.
It's a great class. They hit it from non-English majors by titling it Literature Seminar.
I really wanted to take that class. So sad. I don't really care about this. Netflix has just been a company that has just been throwing stuff into their thing and just like hoping that something sticks.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be another thing. But also with the Chronicles of Narnia, it's a series that was like, it did really fine. It did fine when it came out. The first two were great. The last one, I don't have any recollection of. So I think they're just kind of trying to resurface it. But it's just like, why? Why? We don't necessarily care. I don't really know if anyone wants it. Stick with the books. They're better. So, I mean, that's kind of just what I think. But hey, it's not like Netflix is going to listen to me.
I mean, they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation, so they can
have
throw
so
whatever
much
the heck they
money.
want out there.
They honestly have
And
so much
then-
money. That's why they keep making stuff.
And people will watch it. You know, people will just be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, when you get into like the weird section of Netflix,
Yes!
you get
Yeah.
into like the really weird section. You're like, "Okay, I'll watch this," and you end up like watching like a horror movie made in like 2006.
Have you ever
Yeah.
gotten into the weird foreign movie section?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That
I
was
love foreign films, so
scary.
yes.
My mom was watching a movie. I came home one day and she was like, "Oh, like, don't come over here." Because I always give her crap for her Netflix. Like, the feed that they give her, it's her fault. She watches weird things, but she'll finish the movie and then give it a good rating. And I'm like, they're going to keep giving you this stuff. Like, you can't complain. I get home and she's watching this weird movie from like this, like, European island. It wasn't in English. We had to read subtitles. And they were like, it was a community of just redheaded women and little boys. And they were like impregnating the little children. And I was like, what?
Oh man.
What? That's the type of things my mother watches. And I was like, you need to restart Netflix.
I mean, I just ended up watching one like horror movie in Spain, like a Spanish horror film.
My
Yeah,
mom
I
is
watched
deep in that rabbit hole.
A few French films, a few Spanish films, but subtitles, all right. Like
I like the
love
Indian movies.
subtitles.
I
the
watched
Bollywood. I honestly
yeah.
like Bollywood movies.
They're great. And like whenever they start singing, I'm like, yeah, I'm so ready.
Yeah.
And my mom goes, "Oh no."
Mood. Other Netflix stuff. Oh, Ansel Elgort. Do you want to talk about Ansel Elgort?
What's up with him?
He's all over the place.
He really
He
is.
is.
He's
He's a great actor, and he should get more stuff. And he got some stuff.
He is all
Oh.
over.
He got.
I feel like he's just been getting like subpar roles. Like
I
he
mean,
was good
let's
in Baby
see.
Driver.
I loved Baby Driver.
Baby Driver was really good.
was a
I'm
really
really
good movie.
into like independent films
Mhm.
usually because there's like this theater right near me, and it's like where all the old people go for a matinee. So sometimes I go with my mom, and like we saw
Go, it's cheap.
saw Brooklyn together. We saw Spotlight. We've seen like all like
Ooh.
independent film. Brooklyn, great.
Brooklyn is great. Spotlight is also great. As for Ansel Elgort, he has been cast in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story remake, where he is going to play Tony, and they are currently looking for an unknown. They're most likely looking for an unknown to play Maria. I mean,
That
I
sounds
totally
great.
forgot about that. The
as-
West Side Story.
Yeah.
West Side Story is. I try to keep my cool, but like I have such a soft spot for show tunes and Broadway.
I love show
So
tunes.
this is going to be like the death of me, because like I saw.
Can
what was
Ansel
it,
Elgort
like,
sing?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Have you heard him singing Sunday morning on like the James Corden show or something?
No.
It was so
Yeah, he
good.
can sing.
He can sing.
Okay, so we
my
got
boy
that
can
part
sing.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he raps and he sings too, and he also just makes like dance music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he is gonna be very good as a Tony.
Oh, I'm excited for
As
that.
a-
Slick back hair. Yes. Love
mean,
West Side Story.
As long as they got actual Latins in the background and not just doing brown face.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah.
have to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yep.
I think it's like 2018. I feel like that's like a necessity now.
Yep.
Honestly.
They can do that.
Past actual people of color.
But
Yeah.
even just last year, they were having an issue with the Aladdin live action that they want to do, where they were like tanning people, like over
Yeah.
tanning them. It was like they were already Spanish, but they just were too light, apparently. And so it was
Well,
just like,
I feel like maybe you should just cast like Arabian people.
yeah,
for,
like why don't you just do
Aladdin.
that?
As
there a
an
ton of-
Arab. No, yeah, I'm Lebanese. I was so mad, and I still kind of am a little salty about having what is her name? Naomi Scott be Jasmine because she's of Indian descent. It's not the same.
Oh yes, they
thing.
got a lot of Indians to
Mhm.
dance in
Yeah.
the background,
It's
but
not
like
the
that's not the same thing. They're not
like
equivalent.
I told my mother this, and I asked her, and I was like, is Princess Jasmine? Would you think of her as being Indian or Arab? She's like, she's Arab all the way. Do you see those harem pants? She's Arab. Like-
They're clearly Arab.
Yeah, there's no
And
questioning
I just
that.
don't understand why, if they were going to do an unknown to play Aladdin, an Egyptian who is of Egyptian descent, why would you end up casting an Indian woman to play Jasmine? I don't get it.
Better than a white woman.
That's
We're
true.
getting somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. But I feel like even if you have like a girl from India and an Egyptian, they don't really like just cast two Arabs. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm
different.
sure you can find someone. Like
Yeah.
I'm more than positive there are people who can sing and dance and act
Yeah.
of Arabic
Yeah.
descent.
Yes.
But I think they will do a good job. I mean, casting like Latina and Latinos for West Side Story for
Yeah.
what's
I hope
the
so.
Jet or the Sharks?
Well,
Ansel Elgort is, I think he's a Jet.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Jet.
Yeah.
They're a Jet. So
And
they're
the
like the
Sharks
more
are-
like
Yeah.
Caucasian, and the Sharks are more like
Latin.
Latino. Yeah.
Latino.
So yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully they will do a good job with
I
that.
think we're good.
Well,
Yep.
that's
Yep,
all the
yep,
time
yep.
we have today. So we'll see you next week on the kitchen sink.
Bye.